All right, what's going on, guys? So we have a big week ahead of us. This is going to be the Sunday watches, and let me show you guys what I'm watching for this week, right? So as you guys can see, if we go to FinViz here, my screen full. Amazon was relatively strong this week, right? So that is a name that I'd like to pay attention to because when we are relatively strong, we could have second or third day continuations, right? So if I go back over here, first and foremost, I always like to start charting off SPY. So if we go to SPY, this is what's currently going on with SPY, right? This whole area up here, basically from this 418 to this 414 to 415 area. This is a big supply, and I can scroll this supply all the way back to here, right? Oh, shit. Right, all the way back to here. So if I go back all over here, you guys can see that this is a big supply back from June, right? Back in June, we had the same reactions over here. Back in August, we had the same reactions over here. But when we finally broke above this supply, we made a move up to these 424, 425 areas, and then 430 back here, right? And this is also another big area of supply. So this is just big watch for me. If we are able to get above this supply zone, these are going to be the next levels for me. And this level right here, this 421, because you see how we rejected from this area back here before. So even if we do break 418, I'd be a little bit confident going into 420, but I'd be careful a little bit at 421. Once we're above 421, it's a full like wrap back up to 425, 430. Then I'll be very confident going long into those levels. But until then, I'm just gonna be scalping if we do get above these levels, right? Now for the downside, right? We're kind of ranging, and it's from this 406 area. 406, 407, right? This is gonna be the demand zone that is stopping us from going lower. And you can see we kind of are making higher lows, right? We have a low here, we have a higher low here, higher lows here. And this 410 level is that level in mid-range. This is the mid-range level. So we're in the range from 418 to 407, 406. And this 410 level is like that mid-range level. Now I did spot out a bearish divergence last week from bearish divergence is basically when the stock makes a higher high, but the RSI and the MACD make a lower high, which that's exactly what happened, right? And we did start to come down this week. But this mid-range 410 level is stopping us from going lower. So if this 410, 411 level hold, we got to run back up to the top of the supply zone. And we're just ranging, So with this week, we do have earnings with not exactly sure. I don't know if Apple or Amazon are next week. I'd have to double check. But I know we do have a lot of earnings coming up this week. And we do have so like back to this, right? 406. If we were to get below this demand zone, we have room to this 404 level, which goes back down to here, right? 404. And we have room back down to this 402 level, which is also a level of supply demand area. So this is going to be the next zone to the downside, right? So that's what it is, right? In between the range, it's a little bit risk off, but once we break that top of the range or the bottom of the range here, those are the levels that we have room to. In between the range, it's a bit risk off. Same thing with QQQ, right? So if I go here to Qs, it's a little bit clearer. We have a demand zone from 314 to 313. This area here, as you guys can see, it goes all the way back to here, right? Right, we get rejected here.
Translate into which language?
We get rejected here, and we start to bounce over here on these 313 levels, right? And when we do hold that level, we go back up to the 320 to 322 area. So this is the supply from up here. And you guys can see we're just ranging, right? Just in between this range. So in between these ranges, I like to be risk off, but it's important to get the levels above the range and the bottom of the range. That way you're prepared for the break and retest of either direction we head into. So if we were to break the upside, right, this week, if we do break to the upside, we have room to, and look how if I drag this zone down, look how that 322 level is respected back here as well. Look at that reject from back here. So this is how I kind of get my supply and demand zones, right? Just seeing big reactions off certain levels. And if we do break above that level, last time we broke that level, where do we go to? Right, last time we broke it was around this area, right? So we went to 325 and above to these levels right here. Look, And this is also a level of supply. Look at the amount of rejections we get up here. So that's going to be my next target to the upside. If we do break up, not to the downside, right? If we break down, last time we broke down, where do we go to? Right? And look how this area back here is respected over here and over here. This is a very well respected level zone. If we break below that, then we got room to, you get this 310 psychological level. And below 310, we could get these wicks right here. Basically like this 308, 307 area. Yeah, like these levels here. And then below that, it's like these areas. 305, definitely get this 305 level. And then below that, it's this is like a little zone right here as well that we bounced in this area a couple of times. So there's going to be a demand zone back here. So those are the levels to the downside. Those are the levels to the upside. In between the range, like I said, the best areas to trade is either the bottom of the range for some bounces or the top of the range for some rejects. And it all depends on price action and how we get into into those zones, right? Earnings week is definitely, and I think we do have a lot of data this week coming up as well. We have, let's double check, April 23rd. So on Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, core PCE. We also have GDP, and so Thursday is going to be a big day. GDP and initial jobless claims. Other than consumer confidence on Tuesday. Other than that, those are the major ones that I see right now. Consumer sentiment on Friday. Thursday is going to be the big day. So that's what we have on Thursday. And for the individual names, right? What were the names that were strong? Amazon, right? Amazon was strong. So if this continues to run, I'm going to look for a bounce around this previous resistance, 105 area, which kind of already played out on Friday. Look how we had resistance here, resistance here. We broke it, came back, retested it on Friday, that 105 level, and we shot straight up. So this 108, this Friday high 108 level is also an important level to grab. 108, above 108, we could have room to 109 to 110. I'd grab 110. And really above that, we have room up to, 112 and this 114. Those are the lowest to the upside. I'd like to take a bounce. So if we come back and hold this 105 level, that'd be great. Or above that 108, room to 110. So that's something I'd be interested for Amazon. And for the most part, I'm gonna keep my watch list pretty small. A lot of names are consolidating right now. So if I go back here to Microsoft, right? Microsoft is also kind of like ranging from this 292 to this 281 level. A lot of names are just ranging right now, and I really want to see clear direction. Overall, we are making higher lows, but it's definitely anything could change at any moment. So I don't want to make this video too long. For the most part, Tesla, if things do get weak, Tesla's going to be my main watch for puts. This is like a 4-hour bear flag, right? This is like a 4-hour bear flag. And I'd like to take a reject potentially off of, let's see. Potentially off of, I'd really like to see a much clearer level, but this 168 to 170 potentially. I'd have to narrow it down in the morning pre-market, but those are gonna be my main watches, right? Amazon, SPY, and Qs inside the ranges. Apple, Microsoft as well, once we get out of these ranges. NVDA could be interesting as well. We have some demand all down here from 266 to 262 around this whole area here. we happen to fall down here, this looks like it could definitely form some type of inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and the neckline is going to be this 281 level. Could be interesting. Stick it down to daily. Right, that could definitely be a possibility. So NVIDIA doesn't look too bad, you know. If it does break up, has room up to 290s. NVIDIA could have a lot of potential. And it has been holding up this weekly 90 MA very strong. The weekly 90 MA is not all the way down till 255. And the area we want to take a bounce off of is around this 263. But if we do start to uptrend, then this 90 MA will rise up with it. Let me see if there's a 5 EMA that is closer. Sometimes it'll follow the 5 EMA. Yeah, the 5 EMA is holding much stronger, literally right here. So that could be interesting. We'll see what we get with NVIDIA. Doesn't look too bad if we do hold up. As you see the monthly chart. This could be really, really good. Yeah, so, and then, you know, this would definitely be a swing, you know, to catch a much bigger move. So if I'd like to get an entry around these demand zones, the stop loss is right below. And of course, the target is going to be up here around this 280 level. And if we do break above that 280 level, which is the neckline up here, then we got room up to 290s. And that would be an excellent trade. So to 8-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That's going to be my watches for the week. I'm going to have to update it day by day as we go. And let's see what we get. We have Amazon and Apple earnings pretty soon, right? Amazon reports on, I believe it's this week or next week. So yeah, Thursday. Amazon reports on Thursday. Apple reports on next week. Apple reports next week. So we are expecting some moves pretty soon. And with that being said, you know, I hope you guys enjoy Sunday watch list. And let's see what we get this week. I hope you guys all have a great trading week.